In Vyper, we can declare a default function. This function will be executed when a caller calls a function, but this function does not exist inside this contract. This function is called a fallback function in Solidity. And the most common use case of this default function is to receive Ether payment. So, for example, let's say external def default. So this is a special function and you need to name it exactly as this. And this will be a function that will be called when a user calls a function, but that function does not exist inside this contract. For example, let's say that a user calls a function foo, but notice that the foo function is not defined inside here. So this default function will be executed. Okay, and the most common use case of a default function is to receive Ether. To show you this, let's make this payable, which will enable this function to receive Ether. And inside here, let's log an event. Let's say event, call this payment, and it's going to log two things. Sender will be, let's say, indexed, address, and amount. Amount of Ether that was sent, UNT 256. And then inside here, let's log this, log payment from message.sender for the amount message.value. Okay, let's compile the contract. And then deploy it. And notice there's no function that we can call. What we'll need to do is interact with this section called low-level interactions. And what's going to happen is this default function will be executed. So let's send some Ether as well. Let's send 1 to 3. And then let's call this function transact. Okay, and the transaction went through. For the call data, we sent an empty call data. And for now, don't worry what call data means. Inside the transaction logs, you can see over here that the event payment was emitted and for the amount 121.